food and took the brakes off. And I kept it A1 like the steak sauce. My paychecks used to be a pair of Jordans, and I know I can't afford them, but I went ahead and bought them. Then I quit, spent my money on recording. Yeah, the studio was small, but man, that made me a fortune. Made me a fortune, man. Trying to stop me. Y'all can't stop me.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Toronto Huskies and the Tennessee Titans. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that. All day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Detroit!
On second down, here's Rosen. Going underneath for Lewis. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now they'll run with Lewis. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. Caught left side, Williams. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season opener opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a
different story.
Long night.
All right, now look at 56.
On second down, Rosen. A little 360.
Oh,
and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great effort there. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Sturgis for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jarrell Casey able to drop him for a loss of a couple. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that might be Titan football. It is.
Well, Parker, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Now Lewis. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Jonnu Smith from 13 yards out. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. And incomplete here on 3rd down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Here's Rosen to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 23 yards on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Gun!
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And that is incomplete. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith, and it's 3rd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Here's Rosen. Man open left side, it's Williams. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with a football here to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. On 4th down here. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Detroit!
Off the play fake. Here's Rosen. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to go the other way. The defense has it.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They'll run with former Tar Heel T.J. Logan. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Right back to him on first down. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Fourth down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage. Now on fourth down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Rosen. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. 4 down, check. 4 down. Gun.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Eluding the pressure right. That was going to let it go deep right sideline. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And here now the offense heading back out there. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Trying to lay one up deep, and that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. And down he'll go at the 25. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He's airing it out for Williams. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Rosen again on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 35. So a minute 55 to go in the first half. Back with more AFC playoff action after this timeout. They'll run it now out of the gun. Space to run past the 20. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
That's a big league run. Takes them down inside the 5-yard line. And momentum definitely on the side of the guys on offense. And if you're an offensive lineman, you love to run the football, especially out in the field where there's some space. But I will get you in on a little bit of a secret. Those guys like it in tight, too, because they get matched up and they get to show just how stout they are in a tough situation. They're recommending they run it again.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
A good solid game there on first.
And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. It's the fullback taking it in. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Sturgis adds the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Rosen. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Rosen off the play action. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter.
Gun! No. Check. Patriot!
Final play of the half here. It's Rosen under pressure again, and down he goes again. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at about the 14. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So after the penalty, we'll have one final untimed play here before halftime. They'll run it here with Logan. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But thankfully, this is corralled by the offense, so they will, in fact, hold on to the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And here comes throw number one for the backup QB. Escaping the pressure right. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. This is Lewis. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Rosen. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jordan Willis able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
56. Lucky 56. Check 26. Hot.
3rd and long here for Rosen. And the pressure gets to him again. Jordan Willis in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now this offense about ready to take over again. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And a nice gain at 21 yards. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Flex round! Flex round!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. We're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Back to throw now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the... And a loose football. And that might be Titan football. It is. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
Detroit! Detroit! Hot! Hot!
On second down, here's Rosen. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Rosen looking to throw, and that's caught by Smith. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because they have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Again, it's Lewis. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Geno Atkins in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Now Rosen, and Davis with it left side. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing third and goal. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there.
And and Lewis lost the football.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. Sturgis for the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Back to throw now on second and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Brand 38!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And this one's incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Tackled by Jordan Willis.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Titans on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8.
Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the gun. Here's Josh Rosen. It's caught on the right side. It's Snell. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Nashville. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
And now it's Rosen looking. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, a 22. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, another offensive player quick to react, and they will indeed retain possession. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side, and that one incomplete. Had some position, but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
The Titans offense now, they get set to head back out here. Well, this ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Leopard! Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Smith catches left side. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion. But he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
To throw is Rosen. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And this Titans offense continues to pour it on. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. They'll set up to throw. That's complete to John Ross. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken around the 12. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
2nd and 10 now. It's Rosen. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Titans on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now. He's been terrific so far. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now back out comes the offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run, and just lost track, and it cost him.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90. Shift. Check nickel. Ohio.
They run again with Logan. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Flex round.
Back to throw here. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the